Hello everybody, here is your literacy lesson for Tuesday. So you'll know the top sheet very well. I'm sure you could be walking me through this at home. So we are writing a story about going on a journey. It's for all of the children in Key Stage 1, and really so that we appreciate a little bit about what we've got in our life. We're going to be using apostrophes for omission, apostrophes for possession, conjunctions, but and so, exclamation marks, full stops, finger spaces, and capital letters. Okay, let's move on to our first activity, which is our spelling. So I've chosen some more words here for you from the story. So I've got warning, danger, mongoose, and hornbill. So you can pause here and have a go at practicing writing them. You can do my all-time favourite pyramid writing, or you can have a go at putting them into ABC order, which is into alphabetical order. Don't forget as well, we have our favourite of rainbow writing. It's entirely up to you, whichever way you like to practice your spellings. You could also have a go at writing a silly sentence. Oh, a silly sentence with all of these 4 words might be quite amusing. See what you can come up with. So pause here and practice your spellings. Okay, so now we have got our grammar point. So we're going to look at some sentences from the story, and I would like you to think about whether they're written in the past tense or the present tense and how you know. So I'm going to read them aloud to you. Sonny wishes he could live somewhere else. On Monday, Sonny visits his Uncle Bob. And on Wednesday, he arrives at his cousin Edward's. So look carefully at the verbs in these sentences. So here they are, I'm going to highlight them for you. And look at the ending, the suffixes on the end of those words. Are they in the past tense or the present tense? What do you think? Okay, so they are actually all in the present tense. We haven't got any of the past tense suffix ed there, which we find on quite a lot of common words. Okay, so now we're going to challenge ourselves to have a go at writing these sentences into the past tense. So pause here and have a go, write each sentence out in full in the past tense, and then I will show you what it should look like. So pause. Okay, how did you get on? Let's have a go and see if I can write them out again for you in the past tense. So let's see. So Sonny wished he could live somewhere else. There we go. We've put the verb wish is, which I better highlight here. That's your verb. We put that into the past tense. Sonny wished with ed suffix at the end, he could live somewhere else. Okay, let's move on to the next sentence. Our verb was visit, so let's put visits into the past tense. On Monday, Sonny visited his Uncle Bob. I had to be quite careful when I was typing that. There's a lot of proper nouns in that sentence that need capital letters. Okay, and let me just underline for you so you can see that you've got the verb there. Okay, final sentence. So our verb was arrived, and we're going to put that into the past tense. On So let's read it. On Wednesday, he arrived at his cousin Edward's. There we go. Okay, let's move on. So now we're going to be thinking about settings that we've got in our story. I'll just try and put me down at the bottom. Okay, so where does Sonny live? Can you remember where he starts off on his journey? He's in the Kalahari Desert. So here's a map. And I've got a little bit of information for you too. Let me smooth that down. So here's Africa, and here's the Kalahari Desert down here in South Africa. And here's a picture of a desert. So it says deserts are places that don't get much rain. They are very dry. They are arid, which is another word for dry, and it is hard for plants and animals to live there. They're quite an inhospitable place. So the plants and the animals that do live in deserts have to be really carefully adapted in order to survive and thrive there. Okay, what do we know about the desert from the story? So here's our page from the story, and it says Sunny lives in the Kalahari Desert. It's very hot and it's very dry. Sometimes Sunny thinks it's too hot, so the temperature will be very, very high. Look, he's got a fan here to try and cool himself down. Okay, so let's think about what we could see if we were in the desert. And we're going to have a go at doing some expanded noun phrases. Now, we've been doing expanded noun phrases all term, and we did them way back before Christmas too. So an expanded noun phrase is an adjective, a describing word, and a noun together. So what can you see in these pictures? Pause here and have a go at writing down a couple of expanded noun phrases for yourself. Okay, how did you get on? I'd love to be seeing your ideas if we were all together. I'm really sorry that we're not, but I've just got a few of my ideas here to share with you. So I've got twisted bare trees, golden dazzling sun, bright cloudless blue sky. I quite like putting that suffix less at the end of words, cloudless blue skies, soft orange sand, and then, oops, you can't quite see, long dry grass. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now I've got a video here, but we've had a bit of a problem with some of the videos from the BBC because they're copyrighted and they don't like to then play in YouTube. So I'm just going to put the link to that at the end of our video for you to have a look at yourself rather than try and play it and it not work properly on YouTube. So it's a bit harder now because you can't actually hear this. If I go onto this screen and there's a little sound clip, so I'll get that playing. What can we hear? So let's just think about what we could hear. So I've got meerkats purring and insects chirping. And what can you see? So we're just going to use this clip from the video so you can see tall, fluffy meerkats, scary scorpions because they're the food that meerkats like to eat so much, and deep burrows. But don't worry, we'll put the link to that video in for you to be able to find at home. Okay, so now we're going to try and jump in this picture and go for a little walk through it. Think about what you can see, what you can hear, and what you can feel. So I'm going to play you a little bit more of that sound clip. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed your walk through the Kalahari Desert. How it's exciting. It's the most journey we've all been on for a long time. Okay, so let's think again about what we can see, hear and feel. So we've got a long train of large animal footprints that we can see reaching into the distance. A solitary meerkat on lookout. There he is. Let me pull these all down so you can still see the phrases. What could you hear? Bird calls and insects buzzing. What could you feel? Heat on your skin, a dry mouth, you might get very thirsty, and hot sand under your feet. Okay, so here are your tasks for today. So for Silver, I would like you to write down 2 ENPs to describe what you can see, 2 to describe what you can hear, and 2 to describe what you can feel. Okay, so you are going to be looking in total for 6 ENPs to describe the Kalahari Desert. Okay. Your gold task is to write your ENPs into sentences. So that means I'm going to be looking for 6 sentences in total, which I think you can all do year 2. So 2 about what you can see, 2 about what you can feel, and 2 about what you can hear. So I've just got a little example for you here. I felt burning hot sand beneath my toes, the distant sounds of insects chirping carried on the breeze. Towering sand dunes disappeared into the distance. And then your platinum task, which you can all do, is to underline the expanded noun phrases that you've used in your sentences. Check you have written a complete sentence that makes sense with a capital letter and a full stop. So let me just go back and kind of show you that here. So let me take the highlighter. Here's your ENP, hot sand, burning hot sand. And then you've got towering sand dunes. Okay, there's your ENPs that have been spotted. As always, we are looking forward to seeing your work on Dojo. Take care.